Olivia, listen, you are not welcome at our house for the holidays. I don't want you anywhere near us. What? I want to spend the new year with my family, just us. Finally, my college exams are over and I've secured my place for the next year. It's time to relax and enjoy the time with my family. The last thing I need is you showing up at our home. It's just too much. But I'm your sister-in-law. I'm part of this family too, even if it's just by marriage. I don't care if it's just for formality, but we're family now, aren't we? What? Just because you married my brother doesn't mean you get to act like you own the place. We're not family, so don't even start with that. You're just some outsider. You're my brother's wife. That's all. Nothing more. I still haven't accepted you, and I don't plan to. That's... You know, I tried to stop my brother. I really did. But no matter what I said, he insisted on marrying you. So fine, I reluctantly accepted the paperwork. But don't think for a second that I've accepted you as his wife. I haven't. Not in any way. When will we ever get along, though? I really do want to, but every time we talk, it feels like there's nothing but distance between us. If you divorce my brother, I'll gladly get along with you. Can you even imagine that? I'll be nice once that happens. You always say such unreasonable things. But seriously, stay away for the holidays. Just stay home. We don't need you there, and I don't want to deal with you at all. You can't be serious. I just want to spend time with everyone. I've got enough to think about without you complicating things. I'm done. Just stay away from my family for once.
Olivia! Hey, about the tickets for the New Year's holiday, should I go ahead and buy them? I found a good deal now that the new program has started. It's pretty affordable if I get them now.
Sorry, Ben. Actually, I need to ask you a favor. Could you just get the ticket for yourself? I won't be able to go with you to your families for the holidays.
What? Oh, wait, you just said the other day that we were going together for the holidays, didn't you?
Well, a little while ago, Claire texted me. She told me not to come.
What?
She said she wants to spend the holiday with just her family, and apparently my presence would be in the way. It seems like she still hasn't accepted me.
Ugh, that girl. I'm so sorry, Olivia. I really am. I knew Claire was always a bit of a brother's girl, but I never thought she'd still be treating you this badly, even after the wedding. Don't worry about Claire. Dad and Mom are really looking forward to seeing you, and I've told them how much I want you there. Plus, they've been feeling guilty for not being able to provide much for Claire's college and other things, so I'm really thankful for how you stepped in and helped. I wish I could have done more to support you, but at least we're in a better place now.
Your parents, you don't have to feel guilty about it. Honestly, I was happy to help when things were rough, and I know we've been through a lot with my family. But what you've done for me and for Claire, it's really something. I can't thank you enough.
You've been a huge help, Olivia, and I really don't think you should feel pressured. I should have done more to help you myself, but with everything happening at work right now, things have been tight, and I've been struggling to keep up with the changes. But don't worry about that. I'm just glad we're both okay.
You really don't need to thank me like that.
But honestly, you've been a lifesaver, especially considering all the sacrifices you've made for Claire.
I know. It's not about Claire, though. It's just, recently, with the company and everything, I haven't had the chance to catch my breath. There's so much going on. I was hoping to at least spend a little bit of time with you, but it seems like work's going to demand even more of my time.
Work's been pretty rough, huh? You've had a lot on your plate lately, and I can tell it's been exhausting.
The company's been changing a lot lately, and you know about the merger stuff, right? It's been chaotic. Now it looks like I'll have to work through the holidays. It's really frustrating.
That sounds really tough.
It's not like I'm avoiding Claire, but I think it's best if you go home for the holidays without me. You've been working so hard lately, and with all the stress from the job search, I think you should take a little time off. It's important to recharge.
Wait, how do you know I've been job hunting?
Well, we're married, aren't we? I kind of notice these things. I can tell you're doing your best to support me, even when it's tough on you too.
I don't want you to feel like it's all on you, though. I should be handling more of this myself. But with everything going on at work, it's just... I don't know. It's frustrating, but I'll figure it out.
I'm sorry you've had to carry so much of the burden. I know you're feeling a lot of pressure right now, but I really do think it's important to take a break. You need it. Spend time with your family, enjoy yourself, and don't worry about me. I'll be fine here. Your parents really appreciate you, and I think they'll feel better knowing you're taking care of yourself, too.
Thank you, Olivia. I guess I'll spend the holidays with my parents then. You focus on your work and take care of yourself, all right?
Serves you right. I finally submitted the divorce papers for you and my brother. Now you're nothing to him anymore. You're not his wife or anything else.
What? You really submitted the divorce papers?
I'm so happy I could drink more. What a perfect way to end the year.
Claire? What do you mean by submitting the divorce papers? And are you absolutely sure you're not completely drunk right now?
I've been drinking since morning and I'm so wasted. But don't worry, I can still walk. I even managed to go to the city hall and submit the divorce papers. It's still open even on New Year's Eve near our place.
What? You really submitted the divorce papers for me and Ben? Please tell me you're joking, Claire.
I'm not joking, it's for real. Of course, he had to divorce a useless, unemployed wife like you. He doesn't need someone like that.
What? I'm unemployed?
Yeah, you're the useless one. I know everything because I heard it all from my brother.
What exactly did you hear?
I never thought you'd actually not come back like he said. He told me that you were quitting your job and that you'd be busy with all the paperwork and handovers. That's why you couldn't come here during the new year.
What?
I didn't expect you to become unemployed right after marrying my brother. You really have some guts.
This is a misunderstanding, Claire. I did quit my job, but I'm not unemployed.
Huh? Are you the one who's drunk? If you quit your job, that means you're unemployed. And now you're saying you're not? What are you talking about? Or are you trying to say you're a full-time housewife now?
Claire, how about you drink some water for now? I just want to clear up this misunderstanding, so please calm down first.
Shut up, parasite! Who do you think you are telling me what to do?
Parasite?
Yeah, that's right. You're a parasite. You're probably going to become a full-time housewife, living off my brother's money. But I'm not going to let that happen, and neither is he. You're just using him to enjoy life on your own. Don't think you're getting away with this, you disgusting woman.
Claire, really, please drink some water first. It's all a misunderstanding, so just calm down.
Shut up, parasite! I've never liked you in the first place. Now you're doing even more annoying things. I got my brother to divorce you to protect him. You think you can just latch onto him and live off him forever? Get lost right now, you bitch!
You're the one who needs to disappear.
Huh?
Don't mess with me, you drunk sister. Just go home and drown yourself in the alcohol at your parents' house. Don't keep sending us these damn irritating messages.
What's with the sudden attitude? You sound like someone who could be my brother, but who the hell are you? Wait, are you saying Olivia brought a man to the house? Just because my brother's visiting doesn't mean she should be doing this.
Olivia wouldn't do something like that, idiot! I'm not someone who sounds like my brother. It's me, your brother. I'm the one texting you instead of Olivia.
What? Why the hell are you there? You're supposed to be back here with us for New Year. We were just in the living room together a minute ago.
Not a minute ago, you idiot! That was this morning! After that, I packed my stuff and came back. I didn't want to be in the same house as you for another second.
What? You left?
Yeah, I left. I just got home, actually. Olivia finished work early and was already home. Then I got those crazy messages from you. I couldn't watch it anymore, so I took your phone away from you.
Oh my god, it's true! There's no sign of you anywhere. No bags, no shoes. Where are you?
I left because I couldn't stand being in the same space as you anymore. You've been mocking Olivia nonstop, calling her a freeloader and a parasite. Listening to that all day from morning till night. It was inevitable that I leave.
What? You left over that? But it's true that Olivia's jobless. She's trying to live off of you as a full-time housewife. What's so bad about calling out that horrible wife?
Enough! Listen to me for once! Yes, I mentioned Olivia quit her job, but there's more to it!
More?
Olivia didn't become a housewife! She was recruited by another company! It's not like she's staying unemployed. You've been ignoring the full story! I'm tired of you acting like a drunk fool!
What do you mean she was recruited? Isn't Olivia becoming a housewife?
You've just been jumping to conclusions. Her company merged with a larger company, and now it's a subsidiary. She's moving to the parent company, which is a big deal. They asked her to transfer, saying she's really talented, and they wanted her.
What? Olivia's really that good at her job?
She's incredibly capable. She was already in a decent position at her old job, making more money than me. She's not some lazy housewife like you think.
No way!
After some paperwork, she left the old company and transferred. She's not some leech like you keep saying. She's gonna earn even more than me now.
Are you kidding me? I thought she was going to become a housewife, relying on you for everything.
On the contrary, you've been the one relying on us. You're the one living off Olivia's money to get through university. And after all that, you go and file for a divorce?
What? What does Olivia have to do with my university?
Everything! You're so clueless! What I've been hiding from you is that Olivia's the one who's been sending you that $1,500 every month! She's been supporting you because our parents couldn't!
What?
Our parents lost a lot of money in a scam. Millions of dollars! That's why they couldn't send you money anymore. They came to me for help, but I couldn't afford it either. So Olivia stepped in and said, I'll help.
What?
She did this even though she's my wife and she didn't have to. She offered to help, and despite all the hate you've thrown at her, she still sent you money every month.
I had no idea. I thought all along that our parents were still sending me money.
You didn't know, but your attitude is unforgivable now. I'm cutting off the money from Olivia, and I won't pay either. From now on, you're on your own. Figure out how to pay for your university and living expenses yourself.
What? I can't just do that. I've worked so hard to get into this university. I wanted to attend a school in New York City more than anything. I won't drop out.
Then you'd better figure out how to get the money yourself. Olivia and I won't take care of you anymore. I'm heading into the new year like this. I'll let our parents know. But from here on out, you're on your own.
Olivia, you're so kind. You won't just abandon me, right? You'll still send me money like you always have, right?
I'm sorry, Claire. I spent all night listening to Ben talk about you, and honestly, I'm shocked at what I heard. He told me everything you've been saying behind my back, the cruel things you've called me. I didn't think you could be so harsh, but here we are. I can't help you anymore after all of that.
What?
So no, I won't be sending you any money. Don't expect anything from me anymore.
No, please, you can't do this to me. Our parents said they can't send me anything anymore either. They told me I have to get student loans instead. But loans? They're just debt. I don't want to be buried in debt. Please, you have to understand.
Well, maybe that's the way it has to be. You could always look into scholarships, ones that you don't have to pay back if you keep up good grades.
Good grades? You think I can get a scholarship with my grades? I barely passed my last exam. I had to beg the professor just to get a passing mark.
So that's what you've been doing.
And you're right, it's not great, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm barely holding on. Next year, I'm graduating. I just need to pay my tuition so I can finish, but if I can't, I'll never graduate. All that work, all that stress, it'll be for nothing. Please don't let that happen.
If you don't want loans, then maybe you should take a leave of absence and work to save up. It's going to be tough, but it's the only way if you don't want to go into debt.
What? I can't do that. It's too hard. I don't have the energy for that. Why are you saying this? You're the one who always helped me before. Why can't you just keep sending me money like you used to?
What? You're still asking for help, even though you've been insulting me for so long? You mocked me, Claire. You called me a parasite. And now, after everything you've said about me, you're the one asking for help. Doesn't that sound hypocritical to you? You can't even see it, can you? You've been belittling me, calling me a burden, a parasite on Ben, and now you're the one begging for help? Do you really not see the irony in that? You're the one who's been living off of others, not me. But now you're trying to cling to me, trying to get me to support you like I've been doing all along. That's not how it works, Claire. Not anymore.
But I never. You don't understand. I was just upset. I didn't mean it like that.
You meant every word, Claire. And I get it, you're scared. But this is the result of your actions. You've pushed everyone away, including me, and now you have to face the consequences. You're going to have to fight for yourself, Claire. I'm not going to be your safety net anymore.
No, please don't leave me alone. What am I supposed to do now? I thought you'd always be there for me.
You're on your own now, Claire. This is your reality now. You've taken everything for granted, but now you're going to have to deal with the consequences. I'm not helping you anymore. You can find a way. You always have.
Please, I can't do this. I'm not ready to face the world without help. I'll fail. I can't do this alone.
Claire, you are doing this alone, and you have to learn that the hard way. No more handouts. I'm done. Good luck, Claire. That's all I can offer you now. Claire managed to secure a scholarship, a small miracle in itself, and was able to continue attending university despite all the chaos that had surrounded her in recent months. There were moments when she felt like giving up, when the weight of everything seemed to be too much for her to handle, but she persevered. It wasn't just about finishing school anymore, it was about proving to herself that she was stronger than her circumstances. The scholarship had become her only lifeline, the one thread keeping her tethered to the future she had always dreamed of. But it wasn't easy. Every day was a struggle, and Claire had to push herself in ways she never thought possible. Despite the odds, she kept going, determined to finish what she had started. Meanwhile, a twist of fate allowed her parents to recover the money that had been stolen from them. The circumstances surrounding this recovery were nothing short of miraculous, as they had nearly given up hope of ever seeing that money again. But as with many things in life, it seemed like the universe had a way of turning things around, and Claire's parents found themselves suddenly in a position to get back what they had lost. However, the joy that came with regaining the stolen funds was short-lived. It wasn't the relief they expected. Instead, it was followed by an immediate and chilling realization that Claire's academic performance had fallen far below their expectations. When they discovered just how close Clare had come to failing her courses, they were horrified. "If you're barely managing to pass it and your attitude toward learning is so poor, why should we continue supporting you?" they demanded. "There's no need for us to pay your tuition or living expenses anymore. You've clearly wasted your chance." Their words were harsh, final, and laced with disappointment. To them, Claire's efforts seemed lackluster, and the fact that she wasn't living up to the image they had for her was unforgivable. For Clare, this was another crushing blow. She had always tried to make her parents proud, but no matter how hard she worked, it never seemed to be enough. In their eyes, her efforts were simply inadequate. To be told that they wouldn't support her anymore, especially after everything she had gone through, was almost too much to bear. It wasn't just the loss of financial assistance, it was the loss of their belief in her potential. It made her feel like everything she had done was in vain. How could they not see how hard she was trying? How could they not understand the difficulties she was facing? But their words had cut deep, and Claire was left to figure out how to survive without them. To make matters worse, her brother, Ben, who had always been the one to stand by her side, had grown increasingly distant. Despite their close relationship, the tension that had been building for years had finally erupted. Ben, caught in the middle of everything that had transpired, had decided that enough was enough. He had managed to prevent the divorce papers from being filed in time, keeping the situation from escalating into a legal nightmare. But the emotional cost had been too great. He told Claire, "I've done my part. I managed to stop things from going to the police, but I won't do any more for you. I don't want you in my life anymore. Don't ever come near me again." His words were like a stab to her heart. Claire had always counted on Ben to be there for her, to protect her when things got rough. He had been the one who had always looked out for her, the one who had kept her grounded when their parents were too busy to notice. But now, with a few short sentences, he had completely cut her off. No explanation, no room for understanding, just an abrupt and painful severing of their bond. The rejection was too much for Claire to process. The one person she had always thought would be by her side, no matter what, had turned his back on her. She collapsed in disbelief, feeling the emotional weight of Ben's betrayal weigh down on her like a suffocating blanket. She couldn't comprehend it. How could her brother, who had been her closest ally, now be the one to turn away from her? How had their relationship become so fractured that there was no going back? She had never imagined that the one person she trusted the most could hurt her in such a way. The feeling of abandonment was so overwhelming that Claire fainted. Her body, unable to cope with the emotional shock, simply gave out. This moment of breakdown was a turning point for Claire. It was a bitter pill to swallow, but in the end, it marked the beginning of her understanding that she couldn't rely on anyone else to fix her life. For too long, she had depended on the idea that her family would always be there to bail her out, to support her when things went wrong. But now, with both her parents and her brother pushing her away, she was faced with the reality that she would have to stand on her own. Despite all the pain, Claire slowly began to realize that this was her chance to prove her independence, to take control of her own future. She no longer had the comfort of her family's support, but she did have her own strength. She had fought to get into university, and now she had to fight to stay there. The scholarship was a lifeline, but it was up to Claire to make the most of it. There was no one to push her, no one to motivate her but herself. And while that was terrifying, it was also liberating. In the midst of everything, I received a package from Claire's parents. It wasn't expected, and it didn't make up for the emotional turmoil that had unfolded. But it was something, a gesture, however strange it seemed. They returned the money I had lent to help Claire, but they also sent something I hadn't anticipated, a selection of the finest beef, the kind of beef that was reserved for special occasions, for moments of celebration or deep apology. It was a lavish and extravagant gift, one that seemed almost out of place considering the circumstances. But it was their way of saying sorry, of trying to make amends for everything that had happened. The gift, while strange, was oddly appreciated. It wasn't the apology Claire had hoped for, nor the reconciliation she so desperately needed, but it was something to hold on to. It was a small token, a glimmer of recognition for the pain and hardship that had unfolded. And in that moment, it felt like the universe was offering a strange kind of balance. A reminder that, even in the most chaotic and painful times, there are moments of quiet grace to be found. Thanks to the extravagant beef, which I shared with a close friend, I was able to start the new year with a sense of renewal. The holiday season had been difficult, filled with emotional turmoil, but this small act of generosity allowed me to find a bit of peace in the midst of the chaos. It wasn't much, but it was enough to remind me that there was still goodness in the world, even when everything seemed to be falling apart. The new year brought with it a sense of possibility, of hope for the future. Even though the past had been filled with disappointment and pain, Claire's journey was far from over. She had lost so much, her family's trust, her brother's support, but she had gained something too. She had gained the knowledge that, despite everything, she was capable of surviving. She was capable of moving forward, and while it might be a difficult and lonely road ahead, it was a road she would walk alone, with only herself to rely on. In the end, this was Claire's story of growth. A painful, heartbreaking story, but one that would eventually lead her to a place of strength. I hoped that, over time, she would come to see that her true power came from within, not from her family's approval, not from their money, but from the resilience she found in herself. As for me, the new year brought with it a quiet optimism. The challenges of the past were behind me, and while there was still uncertainty in the future, I was ready to face it with a sense of determination. The gift from Claire's parents, however strange, reminded me that there is always room for grace, even in the most difficult of situations. With that thought in mind, I looked forward to the future, hopeful that, like Claire, I would find my own path to happiness and peace. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hey Emily, how have you been? Hi Victoria, it's been a while. I'm good, but what's up? It's so rare to get a text from you. Actually, I wanted to talk about the upcoming reunion. I heard from the organizer that you're attending too. Oh yeah, I sent in my RSVP last week. Are you planning to go? Yes, I've confirmed my attendance. I was thinking we could coordinate. That's a good idea. I haven't seen most of our classmates in years. Same here. Work keeps me so busy that I barely have time for social gatherings. I know what you mean. Life gets in the way, doesn't it? So, I was wondering if you'd like to go together. To the reunion? That could be fun. We could meet up somewhere and then head to the venue together. Oh, sure. We could meet at the nearest station or something. That would work. What time works best for you? I'm flexible that day. Maybe around 5 p.m.? That might be cutting it close for me, but I'll try to make it work. Then go straight to the venue from there. Oh, come on. Let's make it more special. Let's grab coffee somewhere first. Coffee sounds nice. There's that new cafe that opened near the station. Perfect! I've heard good things about it. Since you and I are the only married ones, we can have our own wife talk before the main event. Wait, really? Are we the only married ones? Wait, you didn't know? You and I are the only married ones from our class? Is that surprising? I haven't really thought about it until the organizer mentioned it. The other girls are still single in their 30s. Can you believe it? Well, everyone follows their own timeline in life. Well, I think people get married when the time is right for them. Plus, everyone seems happy with their jobs and hobbies. That's a mature perspective. I'm glad they're finding fulfillment. It's not like marriage is the only measure of success, right? Oh, please, that's just an excuse. Being unmarried at our age is basically being a failure. That's a harsh way of looking at it. Some people prioritize career over family. Career is important, but what's the point if you don't have someone to share your success with? Don't you agree? I mean, we made the right choice getting married when we did. I suppose everyone has different priorities. We can't really say that at the reunion though, right? Probably best to keep those thoughts to ourselves. So let's have our own little pre-party. We must have lots of husband complaints to share. I'm sure we could talk for hours about that. Exactly. That's why we need to meet earlier. I found this cute little place we can meet at. Sounds perfect. Send me the details. It's called Bluebird Cafe. I'll text you the address. Great. Looking forward to it. Oh, sorry, Victoria. That's going to be difficult for me. I actually have to work that day. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe we can just meet at the venue then. Yeah, I should be able to make it right after work. Work? What do you mean? Emily, you're married but still working? Yes, we're a dual-income household, so I'm planning to come to the reunion right after work. Wait, you're still working after getting married? I thought you'd be a housewife by now. No, I've continued my career. I actually enjoy my work quite a lot. Wait, hold on. You're married, but still working. Yes, but is that really so surprising? In this day and age? I guess not. But I always imagined you'd be living the dream as a kept woman. I mean, it's pretty normal these days. Maybe for some people, but not everyone has to work after marriage. My husband and I both have careers we're passionate about. Well, dual-income households are increasing, but obviously a woman should be a stay-at-home wife after marriage. That's quite a traditional viewpoint. Many modern couples choose different arrangements. Traditional is better in my opinion. A woman's place is in the home once she's married. The fact that your husband still makes you work. My husband doesn't make me work, it's my choice to continue my career. Is it really a choice though, or a necessity? It's definitely my choice. I worked hard for my position. Your husband must be a pretty pathetic, incapable man. Excuse me? That's completely uncalled for. A real man would provide for his wife so she doesn't have to work. What? It's just sad to see a married woman having to struggle in the workforce. I'm not struggling, I'm thriving in my career, and my husband supports that. Sorry, Emily, I'm going to cancel going to the reunion together. Because I work? That's ridiculous. I don't want people thinking I married someone as pathetic as your husband. Excuse me? I'm just being honest. It reflects poorly on a man when his wife has to work. That's an incredibly outdated perspective. My husband is a wonderful person. He respects my desire to continue working. Respects or can't afford to let you quit. This has nothing to do with money. It's about mutual respect and personal fulfillment. Yeah, I don't need to hear your excuses. You're just covering up the fact that your household can't survive without your income. That's not true at all. We could manage on one income if needed. Then why don't you? If you could afford it, you wouldn't be working. Because I want to work. My career is important to me. Look, I'm sorry for being blunt, but that's just how I see it. Your view is unnecessarily judgmental and, frankly, offensive. If you're that poor, maybe you shouldn't even come to the reunion. This has nothing to do with being poor, and I will absolutely be at the reunion. Everyone will be talking about how successful they are. What will you say? I'll talk about both our careers and how we support each other. That's real success. You're working on a Saturday too, right? Maybe you should just work overtime and earn some extra cash. I'm making time for the reunion because it's important to me. I can balance work and personal life. Sure you can. Keep telling yourself that. I don't need to justify my lifestyle choices to you. I'll let everyone know you won't be coming. I will be coming. Please don't spread misinformation. Whatever you say, but showing up in work clothes might be embarrassing. I'll change before I arrive. This conversation is getting absurd. Good luck with your job.
Director, didn't you mention you have a high school reunion this weekend?
Yes, I do. It should be interesting seeing everyone after all these years.
Is it a big school? Will there be many people attending?
It was a mid-sized school. I think about 30 to 40 people confirmed for the reunion.
By any chance, did you go to Greenfield High?
Huh? How did you know?
That's incredible! What a coincidence!
Do you know someone who went there?
Well, my wife also has a reunion this weekend.
Really? That is quite a coincidence.
It seemed like a weird coincidence to have company reunions on the same day.
It definitely is. The chances of that are pretty slim.
Plus, you and my wife are the same age.
What's your wife's name, if you don't mind me asking?
My wife's name is Victoria. Are you friends?
We weren't particularly close in school, but we've kept in touch occasionally.
Her maiden name was Wilson.
Wait, that Victoria?
Yes, Victoria Wilson. So you do know her?
Victoria Wilson. Yes, I know exactly who she is. We just texted about the reunion recently, actually.
What a small world! Did you make plans to meet up?
We discussed it, but it didn't quite work out with our schedules.
Wow, what a coincidence! My wife is my director's classmate!
Yes, I'm really surprised too.
It's like those 6 degrees of separation theories are true!
Life is a funny way of connecting people, doesn't it?
But could we keep this between us?
Keep what between us?
Please don't tell my wife that I work under you.
Huh? Why not?
This is awkward to admit, but there are some reasons.
Is everything okay, Josh?
Well, this is embarrassing, but my wife and I have been fighting a lot lately.
I'm sorry to hear that. Personal issues can be difficult.
She's always angry that my promotions are too slow, my bonuses are too small. I hear about it every day.
That must be stressful for you.
It's been really tough. She has certain expectations about my career advancement.
Is that so?
Yes, and she'd be mortified if she knew I was working under her former classmate.
I understand. Office hierarchies can complicate personal relationships.
So if she finds out her classmate is my boss, she'd be mortified that I earn less than her classmate, and she'd be furious.
I wouldn't want to cause any trouble between you two.
I appreciate your understanding. It would make things much harder at home.
I see. So that's what's going on. For the reunion, you're taking a half day off for work on Saturday, right?
Yes, to drive her there and pick her up afterward.
That's thoughtful of you.
I can take your shift if you want, so you can enjoy the reunion to the fullest.
That's very kind, but unnecessary. I've already arranged my schedule.
I don't have any plans on Saturday, so I'm happy to cover.
I appreciate the offer, but I've got it under control.
Are you sure? It's really no trouble.
Positive, but thank you for offering.
Yes, that's totally fine by me, so please keep the fact that I'm your subordinate a secret from my wife.
I understand. Your secret is safe with me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem. See you at work tomorrow. What the hell? You just threw beer all over me and you're trying to kick me out? You clearly don't belong here. What's going on? I'm removing someone who doesn't belong here from the venue. Are you serious right now? Everyone's staring. Well, they should be. This is quite the spectacle. Why are you doing this? What did I ever do to you? You'll ruin the reunion for everyone, so just leave. How would I ruin anything? I was just catching up with everyone. Why would my presence ruin anything? Your attitude ruins everything. Nobody wants to hear your sob story. Having someone so pathetically poor here would just bring everyone down. Poor? What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. The working wife with the incapable husband. In what universe am I pathetically poor? In the universe where you can't afford for your wife to stay home. I have no financial problems, and I have no idea why you'd think that. That's rich coming from someone in a dual-income household, married to a man with no ambition who makes you work every day. My husband doesn't make me work. I've explained this already. Keep telling yourself that. Everyone here knows the truth. Excuse me? It's embarrassing, really. Everyone else's husbands can provide for them properly. That's not true, and even if it were, there's nothing wrong with a woman working. I chose to marry a capable man, so I live happily every day. Good for you. Some of us prefer to maintain our independence. Independence? Is that what you call financial necessity? It's what I call having my own identity outside of being someone's wife. I don't have to deal with the hassle of working. I just take care of the house. If that works for you, great, but it's not the only valid lifestyle choice. And even that's super easy because we regularly hire a housekeeper. That's interesting. Yes, my husband can afford to hire help so I don't have to exhaust myself. Wow, you're living quite the luxurious stay-at-home wife life. It's what I deserve and what any woman would want if she could have it. Not every woman wants the same things in life. It's not special at all. This is the kind of life any properly married woman would have. Your definition of properly married is extremely narrow. It's the traditional way, and traditions exist for a reason. Traditions evolve with time. We're not living in the 1950s anymore. Being married but still working is a weird thing. Even our single classmates have it better than you.
That's ridiculous. Having both a fulfilling career and a supportive marriage is wonderful.
If you can't even afford the attendance fee, you shouldn't have come.
What? I did pay the fee.
Don't lie, I know the truth.
Excuse me?
I saw you at reception. You didn't pay the fee.
There must be some misunderstanding.
I asked the organizer, and they said you were the only one exempt.
Oh, that. There's a reason for that.
Sure there is. Let me guess. You couldn't afford it?
That's not it at all. There's a perfectly legitimate explanation.
Read the room, you poor married woman. If you're so broke you can't pay the attendance fee, you don't have the right to enjoy this reunion like everyone else.
This is absurd. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Everyone here paid their fair share except you.
Excuse me?
Your hair and clothes must be all sticky with beer now.
Yes, thanks to you. You did this intentionally.
Maybe take it as a sign that you should leave.
This is completely unacceptable behavior.
Your makeup is probably ruined too, so you can't face everyone.
I can't believe you're acting this way. What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me. I'm just standing up for what's right.
There's nothing right about humiliating someone at a reunion.
I'm telling you this for your own good. Just go home. Having someone in such a mess here will just bring down the mood even more.
This happened because you threw beer on me.
Details. The point is, you're a mess now and should leave.
I'm a mess because of your childish behavior.
You've got some nerve to have that attitude. Someone who can't even pay the reunion fee has no right to complain.
My fee situation has nothing to do with your assault.
Assault? Don't be so dramatic. It was just a little beer.
Throwing a drink on someone is absolutely inappropriate.
Just go home with your lackluster husband. It's not like you have anything impressive to brag about at the reunion anyway.
My husband is anything but lackluster, and you know nothing about him.
I know enough. A man who can't support his wife isn't worth bragging about.
You have no idea what you're talking about. I'm going to fire your husband.
Fire my husband? What are you talking about?
You heard me.
What?
This means your husband is officially unemployed. With a husband like that, you won't have anything to brag about at the reunion either.
My husband doesn't work for you. What are you talking about?
Are you sure about that? You might want to check your facts.
I know exactly where my husband works, thank you.
So why don't you leave? Having someone like you here will make it hard for everyone else to enjoy themselves.
Why should I leave? And what gives you the right to fire my husband?
You really have no idea who I am at work, do you?
You're just a poor man's wife talking nonsense.
I actually hold a fairly high position at work.
Really? And what position is that?
As a director, I have significant authority over personnel decisions, and Josh happens to be my direct subordinate.
Josh? What does Josh have to do with anything?
I can fire him or keep him as I please.
Wait a minute. How do you know my husband's name?
I just told you.
No, you didn't. I never mentioned my husband's name.
He's my direct subordinate. I'm your husband's boss.
That's impossible. You're confused.
I work as a director at the company.
Which company?
The same one where your husband works. I'm his direct supervisor.
What? Hold on. You're the director? My husband's boss?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Surprising, isn't it?
This can't be right. There must be some mistake.
That's why I know about his salary situation.
What salary situation? What do you know?
You know, Josh works really hard and his bonuses are decent.
I don't understand.
He could definitely support a wife if you lived modestly.
We live just fine, thank you.
But could he afford to hire a housekeeper? I don't think so. That would make it nearly impossible to save any money.
Well, that's different.
How is it different? You were just bragging about your housekeeper.
My situation is, it's not what you think.
Oh, and before I leave, let me clarify one thing.
What now?
I didn't pay the attendance fee not because I'm poor or can't afford it.
Then why didn't you pay? It's because I specially arranged for this venue at a huge discount.
What?
As a thank you, the organizer waived my fee.
That's not possible.
My company owns this venue facility.
Your company owns this place?
Yes, surprised? If you follow the proper procedures, employees can rent it at a huge discount.
I had no idea.
And today's food is also catered from my company's affiliated restaurant.
The food, too?
I helped the organizer arrange everything.
Even the food.
Well, I'll leave as you asked.
Wait, you don't have to.
I'll let the organizer know myself, so enjoy the reunion, Victoria.
But I...
Have a pleasant time with our old friends.
Emily, wait!
I sincerely apologize for my wife's behavior.
Josh, you don't need to apologize for her.
No, I do. What she did was completely unacceptable.
It was certainly unexpected.
I can't believe she threw beer on you and tried to kick you out of the venue.
It was quite a scene. Not how I imagined the reunion would go.
She's never done anything like this before. I'm shocked.
People can surprise us sometimes.
I am deeply sorry. I'll cover all cleaning costs for your dress.
That's not necessary, Josh.
I insist. It's the least I can do after what happened. Please let me know how much it will be.
It's fine, Josh. The cleaning cost for one dress is nothing.
But I feel responsible for what happened.
You're not responsible for your wife's actions.
In a way, I am. I should have known something like this might happen.
I don't even feel like asking you to pay for it.
You're being too kind after what happened.
It's really not a big deal in the grand scheme of things.
But still.
Let's just move past it, okay?
I appreciate your understanding, but I still feel terrible. You must be angry. My wife told me you're planning to fire me, right?
She told you that?
Yes, she came home extremely upset, said I'd be out of a job by Monday.
I see. She really believes she has that power.
So it's not true? I'm not being fired?
Oh, that. I'm sorry, Josh.
I knew it. This is because of what Victoria did, isn't it?
I said that in the heat of the moment.
Please reconsider. I need this job, and I had nothing to do with her behavior.
I'm afraid you'll need to clean out your desk on Monday.
No way!
Don't look so devastated. Let me finish explaining.
What explanation could possibly make this better?
There's an open department head position at our affiliated company.
Department head? What does that have to do with me?
So I want you to leave our company and move there.
Huh?
It's a promotion, Josh, with a better title and better pay.
Wait, you're promoting me? Not firing me?
I'm sorry, you asked me to keep it a secret that I'm your boss, but now it's out.
Yes, and I'm sorry about that. I should have been honest with my wife.
It must be uncomfortable for you at home now.
Uncomfortable is an understatement. She's beside herself.
I don't want to deal with her anymore either, so I think this is good timing.
To be honest, I've been wanting a change for a while.
This could be good for everyone involved.
I've been hoping for an opportunity like this.
So what do you say about the department head position?
Are you serious? This isn't some cruel joke?
I'm completely serious. You've earned it with your work performance.
I would absolutely accept it with pleasure.
Excellent. I'll start the paperwork first thing Monday morning.
This is incredible news. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Being offered a department head position.
It's well deserved.
I can't believe this after everything that happened tonight.
I'm glad you can see it that way.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Even after Victoria was so rude to you, you're offering me a promotion?
Your wife's behavior and your job performance are completely separate matters.
You're a far better person than I would be in your position.
I just believe in recognizing talent where I see it.
The salary will be a bit higher, too, which should help reduce our arguments.
Yes, there will be a significant salary increase with a department head role.
That'll definitely help our financial situation at home.
You'll even be able to save money while having a housekeeper.
A housekeeper? What housekeeper?
Victoria said she regularly hires a housekeeper because it makes things super easy.
What?
She mentioned it tonight, said it made her life as a stay-at-home wife much easier.
No, this can't be right. We don't have that kind of extra money.
I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
Wait, hold on. I didn't know about this. She insisted on being a stay-at-home wife.
That's what she told me too.
She takes all my salary and I live on an allowance. I've trusted her with our finances and living expenses, but we definitely can't afford a housekeeper.
An allowance? How much do you get to keep?
Just $300 a month for personal expenses. Everything else goes to the household.
That seems rather restrictive.
I trusted her to manage our finances properly.
As your boss's final advice, you should check your savings account balance.
You think something's wrong with our savings?
I don't want to speculate, but it would be prudent to check.
I'll check tonight when I get home.
A husband's job isn't just to work and bring home a paycheck.
You're right. I should have been more involved.
Don't just hand everything over. You should regularly check your savings and how money is being spent.
Yes, I'll check right away. Thank you so much for the promotion opportunity.
You're welcome.
But please keep the promotion a secret from my wife.
You don't want her to know about the department head position?
Let's just go with the story that I was fired.
Are you sure that's the best approach?
I'm gonna teach her a lesson. Please keep the department head position between us.
If that's what you want, I'll respect your decision.
Thank you. I appreciate your discretion.
Understood. I'll keep the department head position a secret this time.
Thanks again.
How dare you tell my husband all that unnecessary information? Victoria? I thought you left the reunion. I've been waiting for you outside. What information are you referring to? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now he knows everything about zero savings. Wait, you really have zero savings? Was that part of your plan? To ruin my marriage? I didn't have any plan. Josh asked me about the housekeeper you mentioned. Of course! That's why I've been secretly hiring the housekeeper. So you have been hiring one? Thought there might have been a misunderstanding. Why would I clean the house myself when I could pay someone else to do it? I've been giving my husband just $300 a month for spending money and using the rest however I wanted. That seems rather one-sided. That's how it should be. He earns, I spend. And the savings? Where did that money go? But now everything's ruined because of you. You give your husband $300 a month while you live luxuriously? What kind of a selfish stay-at-home wife are you? How dare you judge me? You have no idea what it's like. I think I'm getting a pretty clear picture. That's what being a stay-at-home wife is. The husband earns money for his wife. I don't think that's what most people would consider a balanced arrangement. And the wife gratefully uses that money freely. Gratefully, perhaps, but responsibly too. That's what marriage is all about. That sounds like hell from the husband's perspective. What would you know about it? You're still working like some commoner. I think most marriages involve mutual respect and joint financial planning. That's just what poor people say to make themselves feel better. It's what responsible adults do, regardless of income level. Now everything's ruined! My secret's out and he's furious. I didn't intentionally reveal your secret. He asked about the housekeeper you mentioned. You could have kept quiet. Why did you have to tell him? Because honesty matters in professional relationships. How dare you, of all people, fire my husband? This is clearly retaliation against me. I didn't fire him out of retaliation. Then why? He's a good worker. He doesn't deserve this. There's more to the situation than you realize. Firing him because you don't like me is illegal. That's not why decisions are made at our company. You can't just fire someone because of a personal grudge. How is that illegal? It's workplace discrimination. It's unethical. Workplace decisions are based on performance and company needs. Josh accepted it willingly. What? That's impossible. You might want to talk to him about it. He wouldn't just accept being fired. That makes no sense. People sometimes see opportunities where others see setbacks. Even if my husband accepted it, I, as his wife, am saying it's unacceptable. I am afraid you don't have authority over his employment. Of course I do. I'm his wife. What affects him affects me. But you don't have legal standing to override his employment decisions. I'll report everything to the company CEO. You want to report this to the CEO? Absolutely. This is a clear abuse of power. That's your right, I suppose. That'll be the end of your career. I doubt that very much. You have no idea how influential I can be. Please, do what you feel is necessary. A mere director like you may boss around employees, but you still answer to higher-ups. Everyone in a company hierarchy has someone they report to. And once the CEO hears about this injustice, you'll be done. That's true. So I'm going to tell the CEO everything about how you fired a subordinate out of personal spite. I encourage you to present all the facts when you do. I'll make sure they know exactly what kind of person you are. Please ensure you have the complete story first. This is clearly illegal, so you'll be reprimanded. My husband will really be fired, and everything will be terrible. I assure you, all proper protocols were followed. The CEO will see through your excuses. The CEO has a very good understanding of how I operate. You'll be held responsible for all of this. Do as you please. I will. You'll regret crossing me. But since he's my husband, try not to say anything too strange. What did you just say? I said, since the CEO is my husband, try not to say anything strange to him. Wait, what? Your husband? It would be embarrassing if he thought I had weird classmates. This can't be right. There must be some mistake. I don't want my husband to be disappointed in me, so please just stick to legitimate work complaints. Wait. Since he's my husband? Yes, that's what I said. The company CEO is your husband? Yes, that's right. I work at my husband's company. What? No, this cannot be happening. Is something wrong? Hold on, I never heard anything about this. Why would you have heard about my marital status? I knew you were married, but I never heard your husband was the CEO. It never came up in conversation. None of our other friends mentioned it either. It's not something I broadcast. I prefer to keep my professional and personal life separate. Even my husband never said anything about it. Why would he? It's not particularly relevant to his day-to-day work. But, you're married to the CEO? The actual CEO? A marriage announcement just needs to say I got married. But this is important information. Why would I need to report my husband's job or position? Because it's a big deal. You're married to the CEO of a major company. And Josh doesn't need to tell you about his boss's family situation either. But all this time, I thought... You thought what? But just to be clear, I'm not a director because I married the CEO. So you were already working there when you met him? I was already working there and rose to director on my own merits. On your own merits? Really? Yes, really. I earned my position through hard work and capability. Then, through various circumstances, I ended up marrying the CEO. This can't be true. This is impossible. Why is it so hard to believe? Because what? I thought you were just in a dual income marriage with a worthless husband. That's quite an assumption to make. But you work. You have a job. Yes, because I enjoy my career and I'm good at what I do. This is so unfair. I thought my classmate caught a pathetic husband. Is that why you were so condescending about my marriage? But instead, you're the CEO's wife? Impossible. This means your life is more successful than mine. I don't think concepts like above or below matter in people's lives. Of course they matter. Status and success are everything. That's a rather limiting perspective. You have everything. A successful career and a powerful husband. What you should be more concerned about is your habit of looking down on others. I don't look down on others. You just what? I just expect people to live up to proper standards. If you don't fix that, your husband might be the next one asking for a divorce. Divorce? What are you talking about? Wait. Did my husband say something about divorce? No, but if I were him, that's what I'd do. You don't know anything about my marriage. I know what you've told me tonight. That's completely different. That's just what? You're entrusted with the household finances, but don't save anything. You spend selfishly, yet you constantly criticize him about promotions and bonuses, and now you've even negatively impacted his job. His job situation is your fault, not mine. Is it? Who made a scene at the reunion? Who has been pressuring him about promotions? That's normal. Wives should push their husbands to succeed. It would be more surprising if someone wanted to continue a marriage like that. He would never leave me. He needs me. Does he? Or do you need him and his paycheck? That's not fair. I take care of everything at home. Do you, or does the housekeeper you hired? What should I do? If he asks for a divorce now, my life is over. Perhaps you should consider how you've been treating him. But I've been a good wife. I've done everything right. Have you? By whose standards? By traditional standards. The wife manages the home, the husband provides. It would be nice if there was a way to prevent that. There must be. Tell me what to do. How can I fix this? That's something only you can figure out. Please, you have to help me. I can't lose everything now. Anyway, I'm busy with work, so I'll be going now. Wait, don't leave yet. We need to talk more about this. I think you need to talk to your husband, not to me. But what should I say to him? Perhaps start with the truth, and maybe an apology. An apology? For what? I'll let you figure that out. Good night, Victoria. Apparently, as expected, Josh subsequently asked Victoria for a divorce. Victoria frantically tried to contact all her friends for advice on how to keep her husband, but they gave her the cold shoulder, saying they didn't care about someone who mocked single people. It seems that when Victoria was confronted about kicking me out of the reunion, she blurted out that her friends shouldn't be criticizing her, which led to most of her friends cutting ties with her. The divorce was eventually finalized, and Victoria moved back in with her parents and quietly began job hunting. Meanwhile, Josh successfully transferred to the affiliated company as a department head. And I hear he's doing even better work in his fresh start with a new environment.
Hold up! What the hell was that? Why did you show up to my office today as my company's customer?
Amber.
I think the last time I ever saw you was 10 years ago, Lexi, back when we had finally graduated from high school. Yet I never knew that the next place I meet you at would be inside my office building.
I was also pretty surprised by that. I never thought I'd have to see your face ever again, but here we are. I suppose these accidents happen from time to time, huh? I just can't believe it had to involve my husband's company.
Huh? Your husband's company?
Well, actually, last year I got married to him, and it turns out that my partner was the CEO of this company. Today I got a message from him asking me to come over here to grab some papers he had forgotten on my way home. Richard ended up coming down with something today, so that's the reason why I was sent in to come grab them.
What? Wait. You have to be kidding! I did hear that you had gotten married, but I never thought it'd be to the CEO of that company. Do you not realize that he runs one of this company's most important trading partners? The fact that you have married such a powerful man is just too much for me to comprehend.
Well, then it's nice to see you again. I'm Richard Brown's wife, Lexi.
Does this really mean that you guys are a power couple then?
Well, we might become that someday, but at the moment, I usually just stay home to tend to the house and chores, so me going to different companies for him is pretty rare. Honestly, I'm still recovering from seeing your face out of nowhere like that, so please don't feel like you're alone.
But you must already be a power couple by the way you looked coming in here. You are so much different from the little girl that cried so much after I stole her boyfriend back in high school. Hearing that you really have become so successful with Richard is something that I should only see in my nightmares.
Well, to you and me both, I've really grown a lot since high school, and for the better. Back when all of that happened, I thought it was the end of the world for me that I cried so dang much. But ever since then, I've slowly grown into a pretty successful adult. And I came to learn that in this world, there are a ton of men to choose from, and losing a boy that cheated on me really wasn't the end of the world after all, but a godsend.
Oh, I'm sure it feels that way now for you. Man, things have really changed with you since then. On the day you found out I was with your ex, you cried for days and days, and every time you came to school, your eyes were bloodshot and your face was red as a lobster. Now that you've got me remembering that face, I'm laughing so dang hard.
If you want to keep laughing, go right ahead. All of that to me is now just the past, and if you keep trying to bring that up as a way of teasing me, it won't bother me at all.
You're so boring. But it's not just the past anymore. It's going to happen again soon.
Huh?
What would you do if I didn't only steal your boyfriend, but also your husband? I bet at that point, your world would actually end for you.
Excuse me?
All right, I think I found what I'm doing next. I'm going to start focusing on stealing your rich husband from your small little hands. If I'm able to get him from you and you start to cry like you did back in school, then you will look like such a pathetic woman. And then I'll get to watch as the world around you literally crumbles away.
You're kidding, right? Are you actually planning to go for Richard now?
I only ever thought that stealing a CEO from someone would be out of a drama, but I'm going to make it the real deal. And maybe then I'll feel satisfied with what I've accomplished. If you had a chance with him, then there's no way he'd say no to a hottie like me. I can't wait to become the next new power couple with him.
Thanks for going to pick up those documents for me today. Because of that, I was able to finish up my work for the day while at home.
I'm glad I was able to help you out today, and it has been a long time since I've gone to any of those large office buildings in a while, and they sure are still huge to me. I was a little nervous to enter today.
Well, the companies are still in the works of making the buildings even bigger, so... And on the subject of going over there today, I heard you ran into someone you knew. Was it one of your friends that you found there?
Well, you could say that, but it was just some classmate from back in high school, and she's working in that office as one of your company's customers.
Hey, that's great to hear, isn't it? I'm sure you guys were able to talk for a while, right? Well, I'll book you guys a restaurant so that you both can catch up even more this evening. Going out and enjoying a late dinner with her would be perfect for you.
No, you don't need to do any of that. Actually, we don't need to talk that much, and really, I don't want to see her again.
Huh?
I think I've told you this story before. About how in high school I had my boyfriend stolen from me by one of my friends, and the girl I met today in the office building was her.
Huh? You can't be serious. And as I was beginning to think this was great for you, it turns out to be your worst nightmare.
Well, after we graduated from the school, we never saw one another for a very long time. So I had fully accepted that I'd never see her again, and yet, boom, she was right in front of me today. I got so shocked from seeing her face that I froze up on accident. Well, she was also pretty shocked to learn that you were the CEO of the company she was trading with, but...
I'm sorry you had to go through that, Lexi. If it wasn't for me asking you to go into the office today, then you wouldn't have had to see her.
Don't worry, it's not your fault. I've already gotten over what happened in the past, and right now, I have a wonderful husband to take care of me. But just as a warning, you should be careful if you're ever around her. Amber told me something today that really freaked me out. She said that she started to take an interest in you now.
What? What do you mean she's into me?
Well, I told you about how she stole my boyfriend, and I think she plans to do the same with my husband. I think she wants to kick me out and be the next one to marry a CEO.
What?
Or something like that. But by that point, I had given up on her and stopped replying. The fact that literally nothing has changed about her since high school just really makes me feel a little sad for her.
If anything, she's gotten worse, so there must be something wrong with her head. And this is an employee at a company I'm working with right now, huh? For her to try and go after the husband of one of her old friends like that is already stupid. But the fact that I'm the CEO of the company she's working close to just seems stupid. Is she not even worried about losing her job or anything like that?
Do you really think a person saying she wants to be the next CEO wife cares about what will happen to her job? I'm sure to her, thinking about the things that actually matter are just a waste of time.
You have a point. Well, for the time being, I'll be on the defense, I guess. Lexi, thank you for telling me about this. I'll make sure that weirdo doesn't try anything with me the next time I'm over at the offices.
I'm letting you know that I have your CEO husband in the bag. So with that, I'd really like you to step aside and let me sit in that seat next to my new boyfriend. And I'd like for you to get all the divorce paperwork filled out and handed in for us.
Huh?
I thought that going after him would take a bit more time, but it turns out he was so easy to catch. He immediately started to fall head over heels for me after I spoke to him. It's amazing that now that I'm in the arms of a CEO, my own worth has shot through the roof and we can be the new power couple.
What exactly are you texting me about right now? I have no idea what you mean by all this, but...
I'm talking about how I've succeeded in stealing your husband. I'm going to get married to this wealthy man and make us the newest power couple in town.
You're telling me that stealing another person's husband is good news? First of all, Richard would never go behind my back and do something like that with you. So stop acting all happy about succeeding when you haven't even done anything yet.
I can understand not wanting to believe me, but this all is very real right now. Your husband is now ensnared in my trap. And if you want proof, he's going to be taking me out for dinner tonight at a really fancy restaurant here downtown.
Huh? A dinner?
Well, I had tried many times to send him an email to talk, but I never got any replies. So then I went to his office building to try and find him. And that's when I found him riding on the elevator up to the top with me. So I took the chance and told him right then the feelings I had for him, and he immediately asked me out to dinner.
You told him your feelings in the office building?
He even told me after that he couldn't resist my body and that he had to have me. And so we went to his office, and there's where we picked out the restaurant we are eating at tonight. So in other words, my plan worked out perfectly, and yet again, I have won.
Huh?
So I'm sorry for you, Lexi. But tonight, him and I are going to be alone together, and I bet things are going to get hot, hot, hot. So could you hang out at home tonight and eat something cold and depressing for me?
I'm pretty worried that you were trying to steal my husband and everything, but I don't think you'll be having dinner with him tonight. And there's no reason for him to say that he loves you back after you confess to him, right? So stop saying you've succeeded in getting him when you haven't yet. If you think being invited to dinner by him means he's in love with you, then you need to get your brain in order.
Turns out you just don't understand what's going on yet. Your husband has invited another girl to dinner, right? If anything, the only reason for that is because he has fallen in love with her and wants to make things official.
What?
You really think that all of this has nothing to do with him wanting me? I'm telling you that he even said he wants me so badly. I get that you told him to look out for me or something, but I think he never cared about your word from the beginning and only wants to take me out. In other words, your husband is mine now. And not even just that, but he's in love with me, and there's nothing you can do to stop us. He no longer needs you, and you'll soon learn that. I bet he's even thinking of marrying me already. I've already taken your boyfriend, and now you're going to lose your husband to me. I can't wait to hear about all the crying you do again, just like the old days.
But my husband is right next to me laughing his butt off right now.
Huh?
He's almost vomiting from the amount of laughter. He even told me he has to leave the room because he can't stop laughing. I think I'll have to make him something easy on the stomach for dinner now.
Now, hold on a second, Lexi. You're telling me that right now Richard is with you?
That's right. And actually, he took the day off from work today so that he could get some personal tasks done. So for lunch, we got pizza and have been just relaxing around the house.
What? Why is he with you now having food dinner tonight? He told me just today that we'd go out tonight and enjoy the sunset together while eating dinner. And there's only a little longer before we meet up and go eat. There's no way he'd still be with you right now.
I can't believe you thought you'd be going out with me for dinner. I never told you today that I'd be taking you out for dinner tonight.
Huh? Wait, is this Richard?
You tried to corner me in the elevator this morning, telling me all this crap about liking me while I came in to grab my jacket. And then to get you to shut up, I said yes, and then you still followed me to my office asking to go to dinner tonight. All I said was maybe, and you're taking that as a yes?
What do you mean? Aren't you interested in me, and that's why you want to go to dinner with me?
I just wanted you to get away from me, so that's why I suggested a place after saying maybe, but I needed you away from me so that I could get out of the building and join in on a video meeting back at my house.
What?
And to be honest, I don't even remember what restaurant I recommended at the time, so...
You can't be serious. I've been waiting here for over an hour now thinking you were coming.
Well, then hang tight for a little longer, okay? I actually do remember making sure that my buddy would go meet you there for dinner. I believe he's your boss or something. I do also remember saying you'd be able to see the sunset from there, but I never made any reservations today either. I just thought that being able to see the sunset while you're having a conversation with your boss would be the best thing for you.
Wait, so you really sent my boss over here to see me? Wait! What the hell have you done? I could have sworn you were into me and had invited me out to dinner. Are you really planning to run away from me like this?
I still don't see who you thought was falling head over heels for you. And all of those emails you kept sending to me, I forwarded to your boss so that he could figure things out. And everything you said to me in the elevator, I recorded for him. So, everything you said to me is now in the hands of the man who controls your fate.
Why, though?
Well, I was originally just going to ignore all those emails, but they just kept on coming, so I had no choice. And then when you came into the elevator with me, that drew the line really quickly. I knew you were pretty bad news from Lexi, but I never thought I'd have to get the help of your boss to deal with you.
So that's why my boss is coming here? I thought our love was supposed to remain private. Nothing about the feelings we have for each other should be related to work.
Do you not understand anything I'm telling you? And do you know who I am? I'm the CEO of one of your most important customers. You have no right telling the CEO of your customer that your love for me isn't related to your job.
But I'm...
So getting your boss involved was the best choice I had, and having him read all of those emails from you only bolstered the evidence he needed. Everything you've been doing has really been hurting the ties I have to your company, so this is what had to be done. And the only way to make sure you were punished for this was to have you think you were meeting me today, but instead have you meet with your boss. So before this conversation gets too long, just know that you'll have to have a word with him now.
But doing all of this is hurtful to me. Please, Richard, I know you have feelings for me.
I do not, Amber.
What? But I'm way better looking than Lexi, and so you have to want me more, right? So please come help me. I think I'd be the perfect wife for you, Richard.
I think you need to calm down. And I know about your history already with Lexi, so this all seems well-deserved.
Huh? You do?
I also know the man you threw away before you went after Lexi's boyfriend.
Who?
I'm laughing so dang hard right now, Amber. You really like to play clueless, don't you? That man you threw away back then? That was me!
What? You were...
I know that I went to a different high school than you guys, but I remember how you stopped talking to me one day and then never came back. The last words you said to me were that you found someone else and then you were gone. And the next thing I know, you're with another man. I really felt the sharp pain you gave to me, Amber.
You have to be lying. Hold up! Are you really the Richard from Saybird High School?
Man, was I surprised by all of this. I never knew that you were going to the same high school as Lexi back then. But I really do have something to ask. Was that new man you start dating after throwing me away actually Lexi's boyfriend? The fact that you went and left me for your friend's boyfriend. What a freaking dog you are!
No way this is happening. How could all of this line up so terribly for me? And listen, back then I never knew you'd become a CEO. You never had that kind of drive in you, so I didn't want to stay with you then.
Well, back then when you ghosted me, I had been so scared by you that I couldn't even focus on school anymore and never went to college. But soon I got over it and went back to school on a second wind and was able to graduate. And after that, I was able to start my own company, and since then, things have been going so well for me.
Really?
Actually, I'm thankful for what you did to me. Because of you, I was able to free myself from your toxic attitude and focus on what I really needed to. And now I have myself the most amazing wife. But with what you've been doing now, I think my feelings of gratitude towards you are starting to go away. So, from here on, do you mind never showing your face in front of me again?
But wait! But I really never meant for any of this to happen between us, so let's please go out to dinner and we can fix things! It's been so long now since high school, and I promise that I've changed.
You sure have not. All right, you have fun in that meeting with your boss while enjoying the sunset. I'm about to sit down with Lexi now for a nice, relaxing dinner.
How did things turn out this way? How the hell was I supposed to know that your husband was my ex-boyfriend from high school?
I was there as well, reading everything between you guys, and it left me laughing pretty badly.
Aw, crap! If I had never left my ex for your boyfriend back in high school, then right now I'd be married to a CEO!
I think instead of regretting your terrible past, you should start worrying about what's to come. After your chat with Richard, don't you have to see your boss? I'm sure that you guys had a quick talk, and in the end, he told you you were fired, right?
What? At that point, things weren't that simple yet!
Oh?
Crap! That stupid boss of mine! I thought that he would just end up firing me right there on the side of the street, but instead a bunch more things happened. He said that if I love a man like Richard that much, then why couldn't I just like my boss and all of his money? And so then he forced me to go on a date with him.
Oh?
And so to not upset him anymore, I just went along with what he had planned. And I hoped that if I went and played with him, he wouldn't fire me afterwards. But instead of us going to dinner at that really nice restaurant, we went to some lame dive bar that was filled with smoke. And all we did was sit there eating cheap food while watching a baseball game. But while that was happening, my boss's wife found out that he was on a date with me.
No way! I bet that now that she knows, you are in for a lot more drama, huh?
Well, at this point, I'd rather just die already. But instead, I have to watch as the drama unfolds, and I'll most likely be losing my job. This morning while I was at work, I got a phone call on my work phone from my boss's wife, and she told me that not only would I be getting fired, but her husband as well.
Ah, so you really did get fired.
What the hell? All I wanted to do was be with Richard. And now I'm being fired for going on a date with my boss for one night. And what's the worst is that the wife wants me to pay her a settlement. All her husband and I did was go on a simple date that I didn't even want to be on in the first place. But now I'm getting fired and have to pay her money. None of this should be happening to me.
Well, now, hold on, Amber. I know it was just dinner, but you still had an affair with him.
I know, but...
And even still, you were planning to take my husband to that restaurant in the first place. So either way, you would have been in an affair. And so, no matter who you went out with tonight, you'd most likely be fired and have to pay a settlement after. I'm surprised by all of this because yesterday you seemed so happy to be stealing my husband.
But
You have to understand that you have really screwed yourself here. So, I'd make sure you pay his wife whatever she asks for because you are already in a pretty deep hole.
But I'm telling you, all we did last night was eat dinner, and I'm already being fired, so why do I owe anything to her? Can't she just be happy that the two of us are getting fired for this?
I wonder why your boss would be fired for this. All he did was make sure that you were dealt with after trying to ruin customer relations. Are you sure that he's being fired as well? I think it's just you, Amber.
Shut up!
Well, none of this matters to me either way, so I'm gonna get going. Good luck getting through all this. I'm just glad to see you are finally getting to eat what you've been serving. And just as I was told, both Amber and her boss were fired from their positions. Honestly, I never thought that her boss would actually be fired for this, but I guess he did still take her out to dinner to play around instead of just firing her. And apparently, this wasn't that guy's first time going out with employees from the company, so I understand his whole side of things a whole lot better. His wife had been following him for a while now and had gathered all the information she needed on him and the girls he was with, and used that to start making her claims against them all. I also heard that the wife had asked Amber to pay her back over $20,000 in the settlement, but instead, Amber ran back to her parents' house crying and trying to hide. So now that she's back in her hometown, I get to hear all about her from any of my friends that are still in that area. She has even tried going around town talking with people about how unfair all this was to her, but they already know about what she did to me and just tell her she's getting what she deserves. So it seems that now she has nobody to help her, and will most likely have to borrow the money from her parents in order to pay the wife. I learned a bit later from Richard that he's actually been trying for a while now to get Amber's boss fired. He said that whenever that guy would come to the office to join in on any meetings with Richard, he would always try to get personal with the secretary, and that it all needed to end. So once again, Richard is a bit thankful that Amber came around to help get that boss out of the business world. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.